What's going on, guys? Last Saturday, we saw Errol Spence live up to his nickname as the Truth, going overseas and stopping Kell Brook in an 11th round TKO. And these are the type of fights that young fighters need to be pushed, to be challenged, and to, at some points, have difficulty in overcoming that adversity to prove that he is one of the elites of not only in the welterweight division, but one of the elites in boxing. The weight didn't seem to be an issue for either guy. Both are large welterweights. But the eye, right? The eye, and maybe it was just the concept of Kell Brook being damaged and hurt severely bad by Golovkin earlier may have impacted his ability to take punches, right? And I will say this again for anybody who assumed that picked Kell Brook. I did not. My official pick was Errol Spence late TKO, which proved to be of such. I challenge anybody, especially the ones who I worked with, or anybody on YouTube, Twitter, etc., to go pick to pick challenge with them, and I will, MD again knows how to make his fucking picks, right? That's all I got to say about that. But having said that, right, Kell Brook started out the fight very well, using lateral movement, getting inside with fast. He had a foot speed advantage, he had a hand speed advantage, but he did not have a durability advantage, and he did not have a power advantage. And Errol Spence stuck to that game plan and continuously attacked that body, breaking him down, eventually getting to the head. It was the other eye that gave him issues. But again, your orbital bone is connected to your skull, and that, of course, even if there's not lingering effects of him having orbital damage, because the physicians could go and repair that severely, losing vision and having that type of impact to your eye could have long-term effects on your fighting career. And to be honest, the way that I guess I could address the question, did Kell Brook quit? And it's not as easy to say yes and no, but I wouldn't blame him. I don't think it's an early quit. I don't think that he was unmotivated. I thought he tried to win. But certain boxers like Ruslan Provodnikov, Evander Holyfield, Muhammad Ali, some of the greats historically have proven that they won't quit even if they have lost vision, broken orbitals, broken noses. There's plenty of examples. One example in mind is obviously like Antonio Margarito, right? His orbital was much worse than Errol Spence's, at least physically it looked that way, and he was just willing to go there. So I don't think that for sure Kell Brook has heart, and he fought well, and he was trying to win the fight, and was doing well up until the point of the last few rounds where he seemed to get worn down a little bit. I think it's just, I would never criticize him for stopping because I'm not taking the punches. But like I said, certain fighters have taken so inhumane amounts of beatings and continue to fight through the long-term damage that I think that we set our expectations too high on certain fighters, thus leading to a gut reaction of Kell Brook quitting. I mean, this was the 11th round. It wasn't like it was early in the fight, and it wasn't like his corner stopped the fight. He couldn't see it, and I'll take his word on that. But having said that, Errol Spence, this is a good thing for boxing because I see Errol Spence getting in the mix with a few other guys in the division, most notably Keith Thurman. And that's like the big one because he's calling out Keith Thurman. And, how I see that fight happening, right? I said on Twitter that Keith Thurman is no Danny Garcia. That, in other words, not Keith Thurman. Errol Spence is no Danny Garcia in the sense that Keith Thurman's going to have to fight a lot differently to have success against Errol Spence. And it's going to be difficult. But I think that Errol Spence is a pretty slow on his feet, stiff fighter for comparison to some of the other welterweights who have quicker feet. And I think the angles and the movement would give Errol Spence problems because Errol Spence kind of needs to hit a stationary target to get into that body work. So I don't know, I'm not making an official pick on that fight either way, but I'm telling you that this will be his toughest fight, even tougher than Porter. But I'm not counting Keith Thurman out. I know a lot of people are, Errol Spence will smash out Keith Thurman, but this is a great fight. This is a fight where, the people who love boxing and love watching the X's and O's, the chess matching, things like that, it'll be a play because both guys are extremely elite. Both guys fight very differently, and both guys have what it takes to be to take boxing into the mainstream realm, and especially in the ring, because both are exciting. I know Keith Thurman sometimes gets safety first lately, but in a fight like this, I think that we're destined to see a great matchup, right? And as far as the future for Kell Brook, honestly, that Amir Khan fight is there for him. But after seeing the damage on the other eye, considering the fact that he's made a lot of money, I don't know. Like I kind of like to see guys who made a lot of money and may have prolonging eye damage, which it would affect his vision, kind of retire. He made that money versus Golovkin. He made that money versus Spence. But maybe, like the Amir Khan fight I don't think it's a life-altering risk because Amir Khan doesn't really hit that hard. So, no matter what you say about about Kell Brook, whether he was daring to be great because he was making money, the fact is that he stepped in the ring with Golovkin, then Errol Spence next. Two guys who pack a little bit of heat in their punches, I would say. He should be respected. And there's a lot of disrespect, of course, from a lot of the American boxers, a lot of guys who don't fight anybody in the top 10 in the division, a lot of guys who cherry pick, a lot of guys who wouldn't even get close to challenging themselves, going up a division and fighting someone like Golovkin, even if for the money. It's easier said than done. And that's, repping the flag. I understand that, but I just think it was a little harsh, a little disrespectful. I am actually really glad that Errol Spence won because, like I said, will be good for the boxing to go forward because you'll mix it up with these guys. And I think that Errol Spence has the ability to be the best welterweight on earth. But I think that two guys that I still would rank above him at the moment would be Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. I will get back and do more videos. Thank you guys for listening to my short rant video. Please like and subscribe and share this on social media. And you guys could follow me at BoxingMD1 on Twitter. Thanks, guys.